Well, the importance of tonight's match to both sides after their opening game defeats to Steaua Bucharest and Juventus is obvious. Although there will still be 12 points up for grabs following tonight's matches, defeat or even a draw will leave these clubs with a lot to do. Well, alongside me is Rangers player Trevor Stephen. Quite an atmosphere.
Yeah, it's just taken off the last 5 minutes or so. They seem to be getting the bit between the teeth now, the crowd, and realising what a big game it is in front of them tonight. It's not a full house here tonight, but there's plenty of vocal support.
Well, there's the Rangers lineup, and Rangers make 2 changes from the team which lost in Bucharest. Out are suspended Alan McLaren, and Ian Durrant is on the bench. In comes Stuart McCall after injury, and Gordon Jury. He starts the game. Well, an interesting lineup, Trevor, and you've got to imagine that Stuart McCall will sit in there in midfield and do the job that was so much needing done in Bucharest.
That's right, we need somebody in the middle of the midfield there to put his foot on it and slow the game down for us. And they've got the team up there as a 4-4-2, and I don't think we're going to play that way tonight. We're going to maintain the 3 centre-halves, bringing Stephen Wright into the middle to act as the right centre-half with Richard Goff and Gordon Petric.
Well, Dortmund also have 2 changes after defeat by Juventus, and they brought in Martin Kreh at number 3 and the teenage striker Lars Ricken at number 9. He's a young player, will have to be watched, teenage player, but side packed with experience. Jurgen Kohler, number 2, one of the great defenders in European football, Julio Cesar, the Brazilian, and Matthias Sammer, former GDR player, another outstanding performer. And Andreas Möller is a player who packs a tremendous shot with both feet. So there's the lineup.
Yeah, he's obviously going to be one of the dangers. I'm quite interested to see how Ricken and Herlich play up front, because I've not seen much of them at all. But from their recent games, we know that a team who attack very well. Maybe not so good in defence, but they've certainly got plenty of options going forward. And I suppose their goals can come from anywhere on the field.
So we're having a look at the substitutes. And you saw just a moment ago there John Brown, who's now a player coach here on the bench for Rangers tonight, which shows their injury problems. And there's the match referee, Uilenberg, from Holland, 45 years of age, banker to profession. He speaks English and German, as well as French and Spanish, in addition to his native language. So you'll be able to keep monitoring things tonight. And a big night for Brian Laudrup. He's been criticised for not turning it on in European ties for Rangers. And so too has Paul Gascoigne. Well, Laudrup was quoted the other day as saying the team must play well before the individuals can perform. But there's no doubt about it. He and Gascoigne cost a lot of money. They were brought here to play in this kind of game. And the crowd expects a big noisy crowd here at Ibrox Stadium. And we're joined again tonight by our friends from all across Ulster and beyond. You're all very welcome to Ibrox Stadium for this UEFA Champions League match. So Rangers have played German clubs on 17 previous occasions. They've won 8 ties on aggregate. They've lost 8 ties on aggregate, and they also lost the Cup Winners' Cup final to Bayern Munich in 1967. But a long history of playing against German clubs. So we're underway. It's an early touch for Gascoigne, through to Laudrup. There should be a determination about Rangers tonight. They were disappointing last season against Athens in the 2 games, disappointing against the Northuses, the Cypriot side, in the 2 games this season in the qualifying tie, and highly disappointing in Bucharest. So they know they owe it to their supporters, who've paid a lot of money for the seats here tonight. They really do owe them a performance, and they owe their manager a performance. There's a touch for Clellan to Petric. So as Trevor pointed out, Goff, Petric and Wright, the 3 back players. McCall is anchored in there, you can see him, number 5. And this is Charlie Miller. And Borussia Dortmund are a team who like to get forward at every opportunity, and they will certainly test that Rangers defence tonight. They've been losing goals, but they've been scoring a lot as well. And there's a man who'll want to get on the score sheet tonight, Ali McCoist. He's never scored in the Champions League, and that's something that certainly rankles with him. But he does have 12 European goals. It's a Rangers record he shares with Ralph Brand, and he's desperate to land goal number 13. Well, the ball bricks away from right. It's picked up by Muller. This is Cray. Muller again. And the referee awarding the free kick against Rangers. The challenge there on Lars Ricken. Stuart McCall making his presence felt. And Gordon Petric also going in there. So this one's a fair distance out. But so many of these players strike a magnificent ball. Samar playing it through and pushing forward, breaking away from his defensive role, and the decision goes Dortmund's way. So it's Stefan Frand, a long throw from him, headed away by Petric. This is Laudrup. Quickly closed down and well challenged. It's Muller. Here comes Gascoigne, does well. Now it's McCoist. Jury. McCoist is running ahead of him. He needs some support here. Gets it now from Laudrup. Kept in play by Cesar. Slip again by Stephen Wright. He's having trouble with his footing early on. That's Laudrup. Both teams really going at one another, and this time Rangers have the free kick. It's Gascoigne. He wins that one. Charlie Miller. Well, there seems to be a bit of a push on Alec Cleland there, but the referee allows play to go on. And that's Rangers' ball.
Still a bit it's tentative in the early stages here, Jerry, but we started off playing with a bit of keep possession stuff, which was nice to see. It's more than we've done in previous games, so we need more of that.
And this is Charlie Miller providing it. Miller again getting a touch. Gordon Jury challenges, but that's a free kick against him. Well, good play by Charlie Miller on the left-hand side of the field, getting the ball into the middle, showing persistence.
We're playing with Gordon Jury out there on the right-hand side, but he'll obviously have the licence to get forward unless he's pushed back by one of their players on the left-hand side. But we'll need Gordon to get in and support Ali McCoist on that right-hand side as much as he possibly can. There's going to be a lot of running involved for him tonight.
Headed away by Goff, picked up by McCall. This is Miller. Leaves it to Laudrup. He's being chased there by Frand. It's Gascoigne. Miller. Cleland raced ahead of him, but he plays it infield. So 5 minutes gone here at Ibrox Stadium. Still no scoring. It's McCall pushing forward. The offside flag goes up though on the far side. Alec Cleland was breaking forward, the former Dundee United player. So it's Samar. Headed away by Petric. Getting in there just ahead of Herlich. Now it's Cleland. Miller. And McCoist up there very much on his own, but Rangers trying to push players forward in support. This is Herlich. Go through by Reuter. Touch on by Zock. Now it's Muller. And this is Ricken. Well challenged though.
That was a great tackle there by Stephen Wright, but I think we saw there, just in that bit of a movement there from the German side, you know how quick they do break and get themselves into good offensive positions. So we've got to be careful not to give the ball away in the midfield area. So far we haven't really done that, but we must be careful over the piece of the game.
It's Laudrup. Frowns with him all the way. Still it's Laudrup trying to find that opening. He gets the corner kick. Well, Stefan Fround slid into the challenge. I think the ball just come off the toe of his boot. But Laudrup looking fired up for the occasion. And he's leaving the corner kick to Gascoigne. And there's Goff moving forward, being watched by Julio Cesar. Well, Dortmund have full support with him, just behind Gascoigne. Who delivers the cross. There's Jury going in for that one. It's Laudrup. Gascoigne. Getting it through to Cleland. He's blocked though by Samar. And the offside flag is up as Stephen Wright floats that one in. So Paul Gascoigne playing his fourth European tie for Rangers tonight. This is Samar. Right. Reiter plays it through. Then comes Petric. Well, both sides showing a willingness to get on with things. Free kicks and throw-ins been taken quickly. And that one from Samar, going well wide of target. Well, 57 caps he has for Germany, some with the GDR in the earlier days. Archie Knox just in front of the Rangers substitutes. Walter Smith, I suspect, is still in the main stand. So Walter Smith's first ever signing, and they got him. Moving forward, Jury leaps well. This is Cesar. It's Goff. Jury. Laudrup in his free roll again. This time he's up on the right hand side, but surrounded by Dortmund players. It's cut out by Cesar. Samar. This is Jürgen Koller. Cesar again. Dortmund holding possession here. Through for Ricken. He's challenged by Petric. Still Dortmund have it. That was Muller playing it through to Samar, who's pushing forward again. Germans enjoying possession. It's Rauter playing it infield and going for the return. Cleland goes with him. It's in a decent cross-up. And it's Jury almost caught. A touch by Goff. It's Jury again. This is Gascoigne. Chance on for Rangers now to break. Charlie Miller, Laudrup says left. Jury's in the middle, McCoy's arriving the far side of the box. Still it's Laudrup. And that goes behind for the goal kick. The ball deflected off the Danish player as he tried to deliver the cross. So 10 minutes played here at Ibrox Stadium, still no scoring.
So the game's pretty well open really, and both sides are getting the opportunity to go at each other. A bit unfortunate there. I thought Brian would have had the beating of there, just didn't quite get that yard on him to get the ball in. But again, both sides seem to be able to break on each other quite easily, and that obviously leads to goals, and I think we're going to see some tonight.
Well, Stefan Rauter, who played alongside Brian Laudrup at Bayern Munich, told Jim White in an interview in Dortmund recently that Laudrup won his game is as good as Maradona. Well, that's certainly something to live up to. But if Laudrup can turn it on tonight, fans will be well pleased.
That's the sort of position though that Brian Laudrup excels at. You know, when he gets that ball wide and he's running at the fullback. I mean, you put money on him getting past the majority of defenders.
There's a long ball through now, looking for Charlie Miller, but Cesar was there. This is Reuter. It's Cray.
we're allowing them to have the ball, Jerry, you know, without we're conserving energy, really, you know, to be quite honest at the moment. We're not threatening the ball unless it's there to be threatened, and we're quite happy for them to have possession in these areas of the park. So you know, you've got to be patient. I think that's one of the important things about European football.
Well, Cleland did well to nip in there just ahead of Michael Zorc. It's out for the throw to Dortmund. Well, Dortmund lost the first two meetings with Scottish clubs, both times to Rangers in 1966 and 82. But since then, they've beaten Celtic twice, in 1987 and 92, and they defeated Motherwell last year. So they've had the upper hand in the recent exchanges. And their policy has been to spend a lot of money these past 3 years or so. And they came second in the Championship in 1992 and embarked on a policy of going out and buying the very best. And they brought a number of players back from Italian football. Here come Rangers now, it's McCall. It's put up by Reuter. This is Cesar, under pressure from McCall. He does well though. That's Gascoigne coming across to send the ball out of play. Well, the referee's having a word with Cleland as Gascoigne moves away. And in fact he's awarded a free kick against the Rangers fullback. Just a word of warning for him. There wasn't an awful lot in it. Reuter plays it across to Julio Cesar. Longwood now for Kelly to chase, but too much for him. The Rangers have the throw. Well, you just wonder about the fitness tonight of the likes of Richard Gough and Stuart McCall, who have been battling against injury. And
I think particularly for Stuart McCall tonight, it's a really big game. He's not played a competitive game now for something like 3 or 4 weeks, and this is an almighty game for him to come back and play in. Well, obviously the manager has a lot of confidence in him to do the job tonight. He'll also have one eye on the fact that he might not be able to make the 90 minutes, and we've got Ian Ferguson there on the bench who can obviously replace Stuart if there comes a time when he's feeling a bit tired in the game.
He's sitting in an area of the field where there's no hiding place. So that's played by Cesar. Reuter, it's put out by Charlie Miller. Comes off Cleland. And it's Dortmund's ball. Cesar with the switch of play to Cray. And the Germans knock it about. This is Kohler to Reuter. It's cut out by Gough. So 15 minutes gone, and there's still no scoring here at Ibrox Stadium in this UEFA Champions League match. This is Laudrup. And completely taken out of the play by Matthias Sammer. No word of warning for the German player. He strolled away from that incident. Rangers have the free kick. And Richard Gough has moved to the edge of the area. So it's left to Gascoigne. Gough signalling for it. Gordon Jury's tucked in just behind him. So Gough climbing now, gets the touch, but free kick is awarded against the Rangers skipper. Richard Gough into his 9th season now with Rangers. He's 7 consecutive Premier League medals, 61 Scotland caps, and along with Andy Gorham, ever present in the Rangers side this season. Tonight his 10th consecutive appearance. Cut out by Petric. Jury, Gascoigne, quick return from Goff. Now it's Cleland, McCoist runs ahead of him, and then McCoist pulled out of the run. The Rangers have made a far better start than they made in the previous match, and they're holding possession when it matters.
So there's obviously a distinct difference between this game and the last. We've been the home team in this occasion, Jerry, and it's up to us to make the running.
And that was Cleland making the running, and he's won the throw-in. He did well initially to keep that ball in play. Nice little turn by Laudrup, and again he's surrounded. Back to Petric. Well, he's a player who does pack a powerful shot. Just a trifle ambitious there, but why not have a pot at goal?
Gordon's not short on confidence, and if he gets the opportunity, he will let fly. We have seen him in the past, hit shots from that sort of range and hit the target. So it's well worth the try.
It's a free kick against Gascoigne for his challenge on Michael Zock, the Dortmund captain. It's Andreas Müller. This is Freund. Reuter goes on the outside. And he gets a good quality cross. That's a superb goal. Herrlich opens the scoring with 18 minutes gone. Reuter provided the cross, and Herrlich rose without much effort and picked his spot beyond Andy Gorham. That's a real blow for Rangers. Reuter with the cross. Look at the space he had. The right tried to close in on him, but Heiko Herrlich, who cost £4.2 million at the summer, starts to pay back the transfer money. He scored 22 goals last season for Borussia Mönchengladbach, and you can see that the threat he carries. But again, the Rangers defence must have a look at themselves. So Rangers 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. The Rangers have just got to get themselves right back into this game as quickly as possible. And the one good thing about the Champions League is you don't have to worry about conceding home goals as long as you can score more. The away goal rule doesn't count at this stage. But really Rangers have it all to do now. A real test of character. That was Petric going in on that one, and the referee signals the goal kick. So Gordon Petric, who cost £1.5 million at the summer from Dundee United, getting in there. But there's another look at the goal.
It really was a fantastic cross from Reuter, but he was allowed far too much room really to get that ball in. And not only did he have the room, but the centre forward Herrlich had the room as well in the middle of the goals. And a player of his quality will not miss from there. It's the worst possible start that we could have had, but as you say, it's not all about goals against here. It's about actually winning games, so we've just got to go ahead and try and get back into this game as soon as possible.
So just over 20 minutes played at Ibrox Stadium. It's Rangers 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. Herrlich the scorer. And there was an indication or two before that from Reuter. He got in a few crosses, but this is Laudrup now. McCoist is the only Ranger in the middle. And they have the throw-in just in line with the penalty area. Jury who delivers it. Goff's moved well forward. It's Goff again! And Kloss makes an excellent save. Well, the Rangers skipper leading by example. Now remember the night against Leeds United here when Gary McAllister scored early on. Goff practically went to centre forward until Rangers equalised. And he was right up there again for that throw-in and brought out a good save from Stefan Klos. So it's Gascoigne with the corner. There's Sammer getting it away. This is Cleland. And right into the hands of Stefan Klos, the 24-year-old Dortmund keeper. He's been a regular now for the last 3 years or so.
We need to try and make more of the set pieces, better use of them than we've done so far. We've had 2 or 3 corners which we've not really threatened from, 1 or 2 free kicks as well. And we need to try and pick out Richard Goff and try and get him getting efforts on goal.
This is Jury. Strongly challenged by Craig.
I think we just need to keep playing the same sort of way as we did in the first 10 minutes and not become too impatient and try and get opportunities to arise in that manner.
So we're now midway through the first half at Ibrox Stadium. Rangers are trailing by 1-0. This is McCall in possession, trying to find Laudrup. He's strongly challenged there by Frown. Rangers have it again though, through Cleland. McCall challenged well there. Again it's Goff pushing forward. Cleland just keeping that ball in play. Cross to Petric, that's a risky one, and Rangers are in trouble here. That was Herlich who intercepted, now it's Moller. And Ricken's moving forward as well. This is Herlich. And Rangers get it away. Petric made the initial challenge, and then Stephen Wright got it forward. This is Gascoigne. But, Rangers put themselves in trouble there. Meanwhile, the offside flag is up against Ali McCoist as he hit that shot on the turn, and he indicates to the referee he didn't hear the whistle. But Petric there making a solid challenge.
Yeah, it was an excellent recovery tackle there by Gordon, and it was so important that we didn't give another goal away there, otherwise the game would have really been beyond us at 2-0. But he made good ground to get back. Bit of an error there from Alex Cleland, but we recovered the situation. It's important, as I was saying there before, is not to get impatient and not to try things that we don't need to try at this stage of the game. It's not a desperate situation yet, and there's plenty of time to build things and to get the goal to get us back into the game.
This is Jury. It's easily cut out by Jurgen Kohler. Now it's Sammer. And Reuter goes on a run down the right-hand side. This is Freund. Reuter. Picked up by McCall. Through for Laudrup. Reuter gets back there to make a good challenge, and again Laudrup's finding it very difficult to get space. Again surrounded by opponents and players willing to backtrack and make life difficult for him. And this has been the story of his European campaign so far. This is Goff, cross to Jury. Well, Herlich is receiving some treatment just below us. He took a knock when Petric challenged him. This is Charlie Miller trying the shot. That's deflected off the crossbar. In comes Gascoigne, and it was Cesar initially who did just enough to get it away. Well, that certainly gets the crowd going. And it gives fresh heart to Rangers. This is Laudrup. It's away to Petric. 25 minutes gone now. Rangers are trailing by 1-0. Herlich is still off the field as Rangers attack. McCoy's pass running away from Goff. It's played through to Muller. He's very much on his own here. He'll just wait for support, hold the ball up. A good crossfield pass towards Reuter. And Herlich has come back on. Sammer. Reuter. Freund. McCall goes with him. It's behind for the corner kick. Stefan Freund pushing forward and winning that one. And that's Charlie Miller's effort a few moments ago. And the goalkeeper was beaten, but the crossbar saved him and saved his teammates. And still the lead by a goal to nil here. It's Muller who provides the cross. It's headed away by Goff. It's Reuter. Through by Jury. Cleland. McCall. Jury again. And just stringing the passes together. Gascoigne was getting involved off the ball there, which he doesn't have to do. Running over towards Herrlich, but still play continues. Here comes McCall. Not a bad effort from the Rangers midfielder.
We do seem to be getting efforts on goal, without really doing anything special. I don't think they're a good defensive team at all, and they will give you opportunities. It's just a case of one ending up in the back of the net, which the one from Charlie Miller there a few moments ago could have done had Lady Luck been on our side, but there's plenty of time yet.
Well, they're certainly not defensive side, Trevor, as you know. Since losing 3-1 to Juventus a couple of weeks ago, they've scored 13 goals in 3 games and lost 6 in the process. They really do have a go. And here they come again. It's Edman Herrlich who grabbed the opening goal. It's McCall who was having a shot at the other end just a few moments ago, clearing his lines. There's Reuter. This is Sammer. There's Gascoigne, claims for handball. So it happened in the blind side of the referee, and there's no reaction from the linesman. So a throw in to Dortmund. This is Muller. Sammer. This is Zock, the skipper. Out to Cray. Looking lays it off. Here he is again. A young man who can sniff out goals, but no damage done on that occasion. Well, he's had to break off from his studies as Lars Ricken to play in this game. He already has a Bundesliga medal. And there's the manager, Ottmar Hitzfeld, who's a Swiss. He managed a few Swiss clubs before moving to German football. And he's been highly successful. This is Laudrup battling away, doing well, finding Gascoigne. Laudrup again. Cleland starts a run inside. But, Sammer steps in, and he's slack with that pass. But Freund is there to get it away, only as far as Stuart McCall. McCall challenged there by Herrlich, who'd come back and has done some decent work. He's caught again by McCall there. So Reuter, slid off by Ricken. And it's Muller, out to Cray. Jury closes in on him. And that's a free kick against Gordon Jury, which is quickly taken. Well, Martin Cray gets back to his feet, and the referee tells him to get on with it. And Cesar sends a ball. Well, it still hasn't gone out of play. It has now. It's gone out for the throw-in on the far side. But you see Jury coming in here and clattering the defender. Cesar getting that one away. So we're on the half-hour mark. And still Rangers trail by a goal to nil. The feeling Rangers have got to get something back before half-time, because Dortmund have posted notice. They're certainly capable of getting another one.
And Dortmund now have the luxury, of course, of sitting back.
But here's a chance on Charlie Miller, forces his way through. Sammer, closed down by McCall. It's picked up by Jürgen Kohler. It's certainly going along at a reasonable pace. And the Rangers trying to force that pace, but Dortmund keeping possession. This is Sammer. And that's out for the throw-in to Dortmund. So Charlie Miller pushing through just a moment or so ago, and the ball just running away from him. This is Craig. Fuller. Muller sends it on. Goff challenges but loses out. The offside flag is up though. Well, the two strikers there combining, but as Ricken and Herlich move forward, the flag went up, and now it's Rangers pushing forward through Charlie Miller. It's Laudrup. Jury goes in a run. This is Jury. It was Andreas Miller who backtracked to concede the throw-in.
It's good work there by Gordon Jury. He's making that extra man up there on the right-hand side and give Brian Laudrup a good option there.
It's Goff getting a touch. Now it's Laudrup. Falls to the ground, and no free kicks as a referee, but Dortmund send the ball out of play so as the Rangers player can receive some treatment. So he's taken a head knock.
It is noticeable though, they are very quick to close Brian down anytime that he does get the ball. And once again, he wasn't just facing one defender, he's facing one in front of him, one from behind there, so he's really got to have his wits about him.
It was the goal scorer Herlich who collided with him there, and the Dortmund player's hand certainly caught him in the head, but certainly didn't look intentional. The Rangers subs are warming up, but Laudrup is back on his feet, and Rangers return the ball to Dortmund. This is Cesar to Jürgen Kohler. Reuter. Headed away by Petric. Easily cut out though by Samar. Samar's had a fine first half, putting himself about the field, breaking forward at every opportunity. When we saw Samar in the past, Trevor, he was always in a positive midfield role, and he's pushing out more and more.
I've not seen too much of him playing from a sweeper position, and you could hardly say he's doing that actually tonight. He seems to have a free roll anywhere around the back four there.
It's Cesar clearing it. It's Samar. This is Freund. Petric climbs, but the free kick is awarded against him. For his challenge there on Herlich. So Petric gets back to his defensive position, and Dortmund take the kick, taken by Muller, who runs ahead to collect the return. It draws Petric across, and gets away from Cleland as well. Ricken now with the effort. Well, this is one of the great young talents at the club. We're expecting tremendous things of him.
He seems to pick up some good positions, and he always seems to be available there in the middle of the goals. And the Germans seem to be doing extremely well down the right-hand side with Reuter and Muller and Samar getting in there as well.
So Rangers digging in well there, and they've got possession, but they're still trailing by a goal here at Ibrox. 0-0. Herlich the scorer after 18 minutes. This is Muller. Reuter's dropped deep. Reuter plays it through. This is Ricken. Back to Michael Zock. Skipper. Samar. Craig goes on a run. Muller. Zock again. Reuter's on the right-hand side. And it was his cross that led to the goal. Again, he nips away from two Rangers players. And the Germans are knocking it about confidently. Sammer, Muller, Freund. Jock, back to César. Switch of play now, trying to find Ricken, who's peeled away to the left-hand side. Jury goes with him. It's a challenge and concedes a throw-in just in line with his own penalty area.
It's impressive play at the moment from Dortmund, and you know, that's the difference a goal makes. You know, they're really composed and really settled on the ball at the moment and causing us a few problems. We seem to be getting dragged a little bit in the left-back position, and Wright has been in there once or twice and got balls into the box. So we've got to try and put a stop to that as soon as possible.
That's how Petric's playing it away. Picked up by Charlie Miller. Through for McCall. Kohler's in there just ahead of McCoist. That's Andreas Muller. Sammer. Herrlich is away on the left-hand side. Starting to get players forward, Dortmund. So that's Herrlich. Challenged all the way there by Stephen Wright. And a bit of pushing indicates the referee by the German player. So Rangers have the free kick just on the edge of their own penalty area. So there's the goal scorer. Go Herrlich. Rangers trail by a goal to nil. So just about 7 minutes of the first half left as Charlie Miller pushes forward. This is Laudrup. Coist, we haven't seen an awful lot of him so far, but he's got a difficult role again tonight. This is Jury, good play by him. And the ball goes right across the face of goal. And Jury combining well on the right-hand side.
That was better stuff. It was a nice combination play there between Laudrup, McCoist and Gordon Jury. Charlie Miller getting involved there as well. We need more of that sort of thing. And Dortmund will give you the room to do that, so if we can be patient, I think opportunities like that will arise throughout the game. It's certainly a team that I feel that we can score against, and if we keep plugging away at it, we're going to get opportunities, I'm sure of it.
This is Miller. Again, Goff pushes forward. Jury plays it through to Gascoigne. He's closed down by Zock. Gascoigne, nice little touch there to Stephen Wright, who made a good run. It was Jurgen Kohler who got it away. Gascoigne's it again. Takes a return from Wright. Still it's Gascoigne, challenged right on the edge of the box by Sammer. And get it away again. And Charlie Miller digs in well against Muller. Dortmund have it now. Herrlich plays it off. And it's played all the way through to Kloss. One of the Rangers fans doing their best here to lift the side. And it's Kohler who topples to the ground as he's challenged by McCall, and the referee awards the free kick. Just under 5 minutes left of the first half here at Ibrox Stadium. It's Rangers 0, Borussia Dortmund 1. Here come Rangers all through Gascoigne. He does well this time, gets away from Sammer, still it's Gascoigne. And the offside flag has gone up on the far side.
Great play from Gascoigne now. I mean, that was vintage Gascoigne, if you like. He gets the ball at his feet, goes past the defender and uses his strength, and that was typical of it. He was a bit closed down there for space, and I think Brian had wandered into the offside position, and his options were limited there. But you know, more of that, please, and Gascoigne's going to create something.
So it's certainly a more spirited performance by Rangers tonight when you look at the recent European performances. But they're trailing by a goal to nil. Walter Smith on his track side, on his side have just about 4 minutes to get something back before the interval. This is Miller. nicely cut out goal by Frank. Right up. Sammer. Martin Free starts to run on the left. Still at Sammer though. Putting it through. Looking for Herrlich, the goal scorer. He gets in a dangerous ball. Looking on the end of it. Now it's Andreas Müller who can whack them. And eventually it was Martin Craig who sent in the shot. We'll have to be very careful about Müller, who can hit a devastating shot with either foot. And he was very unlucky against Juventus. He did score one goal, which was a deflection, and they rattled another one off the post.
Well, you've got to be worried when Müller gets the ball outside the box, because he's the sort of guy who's used to scoring from that distance, and he's always going to cause a problem for teams.
This is Julio Cesar. So, Rangers fans looking just a bit quiet and a bit glum at the moment. Patrick struggling a bit against Herrlich. Here comes Goff, and Zock has taken a sore one there as the Rangers captain challenged him. And the referee awards a free kick as Goff moves away. Goff trying to lift his men, but time running away from them in this first half.
It's important not to give anything away. 2 minutes to go now before half time. As long as we don't give anything else away at this stage, then we can go in at half time and regroup and have a rethink and see what we can do to break them down in the second half.
Well, on the bench, Rangers have Ian Durrant, Ian Ferguson, along with Neil Murray and John Brown. So Walter Smith doesn't have an awful lot of options open to him because of injury, and of course the free foreigner rule. It's just something that clubs have to live with at present. This is Sammer, and ball played through by Reuter, and Stephen Wright will have to be careful here. 2 players closing in on the goalkeeper, but Gorham reacts well. We're inside the final minute of the first half, plus any stoppage time, of course. There have been 1 or 2 knocks and scrapes. The Rangers are trailing by a goal to 0. But they have possession again. They're battling hard against good opponents. This is McCall. Now it's Cleland. McCall. Goff pushes forward again, trying to find McCoist. There's too many defenders in there, and they get it clear. This is Cesar. Allen challenges. Herrlich picks up. Goff goes in there. Rangers have it again. This is Gascoigne. Twisting and turning on the edge of the area, but again surrounded by Dortmund players. Laudrup makes a challenge. This is Richard Goff, still pushing forward. Dortmund stand firm though. It's Müller challenged by McCall. That's a free kick to Dortmund. We're now into stoppage time. You can see that McCall is not happy with that decision. And maybe he's got a bit of a point as well.
Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. There's a few dubious tackles going in there previous to that. I think it was just a bit unfortunate to be pulled up for that particular one. I think we could be looking at a change of formation, I think, in the second half, possibly going to a back four and pushing Gordon Jury up front, I think. So we'll have to wait and see.
So the half-time whistle sounds, and there's the goal scorer, Herrlich, after 18 minutes. But Rangers have given a spirited performance. They're by no means out of it, but they have to get something back in the second half. The half-time score here at Ibrox Stadium is Rangers 0, Borussia Dortmund. Ibrox, and Ian Ferguson has come on to the field. The Rangers team just emerging from the tunnel, and Brian Laudrup it is who's gone off. Well, he took some knocks in the first half, so they're the Rangers substitutes emerging. So Walter Smith will be hoping that Ian Ferguson can add some steel to his side in this second half.
That's obviously a blow to lose Brian. I think it may be possibly something to do with the head knock that he received.
Let's go to Jim Delahunt.
Archie Knox obviously very disappointed to be in the wrong end of a 1-0 at half time.
It's disappointing because I think we have played well in the game. We've taken the game to Dortmund and unfortunately lose a goal. Got caught with a quick free kick, but we're playing well enough that we can get ourselves back in the game. Unfortunately we've lost Brian Laudrup at half time with an ankle injury, but Ian Ferguson on for him.
Ian Ferguson on for Laudrup. Best of luck in the second half.
Thanks very much.
So it's Dortmund preparing to kick off as Ian Ferguson gets ready to make his contribution. Another player who's had injury problems to overcome. But if you're looking for a battler in your side, he certainly comes into that category. So it should be an interesting second half, no doubt about that. Rangers have lost the last 4 clashes, in fact, 2 German sides. 6-2 to Cologne in 82, an away goal to Mönchengladbach in 86, 3-1 to Cologne in 88, and 3-1 to Bayern Munich in 89. And the last team to beat was Dortmund. And right away, it's Sammer who's on the ground. Getting back to his feet.
I think positionally, Ian Ferguson has literally just gone and played in Brian Laudrup's position up front, and there's no other sort of positional change other than that. So I think it's going to be much the same as the first half. Now, Ian has played up there several times before, so it's not strange territory for him, so he should be able to fit into it okay.
Well, Dortmund are in the driving seat, but I think we're in for a bit of a physical test in this second half. There are a few big players themselves out there. This is Gordon Petric. Rangers have really got to go for this. Cole's pass goes astray as he tried to return that ball to Charlie Miller. This is Craig, back to Cesar. This is Miller. There's the goal scorer, laying it off Herrlich. Sammer. Sammer has been playing the sweeper role of late, but not tonight, pushing forward all the time. And there's Andy Gorham pulling out a good save from Reuter. Now it's Gascoigne for Rangers. Across to Jury. Ian Ferguson runs ahead of him. Still it's Jury. Gascoigne. Miller. Well, it's cut out by Jürgen Kohler. Nice little touch by him, and Dortmund quite comfortably out of defence, but that's given away by Sammer to White. So he plays it through to Gascoigne. Good play by Gascoigne. Still it's Gascoigne trying to find an opening here. Across now for Stephen Wright. That was excellent play by Gascoigne. He was surrounded by Dortmund players. This is Ferguson through looking for Jury. I think he tried to win the corner kick off Julio Cesar, and that's Cesar who gets the ball away. But the referee is awarding a free kick to Dortmund. And you can see Ian Ferguson going in here, and he caught the Dortmund defender, who's now off for some treatment. So it's certainly going to be a physical battle in this second half. Goff's header, and the offside flag has gone up. Ali McCoist had just stepped forward, and the flag went up immediately. McCoist has a bit more support in the second half. That's always asking an awful lot of him. He's playing up there very much on his own. which you had to do out in Bucharest. It's played to Charlie Miller. Jury, Miller again. Ferguson. Goff's forward, but lets that one slip away from him. This is what Rangers will have to watch. But, Andreas Miller's through ball ran away from Lars Ricken, and it's Goff now in possession. Gascoigne.
We're doing okay so far in the second half. We're obviously trying to step up the pace a bit, and we're being quite sharp on the ball, and things are looking fairly bright at the moment. So if we can keep this up, we just need to create a chance perhaps through Gascoigne like he did 5 minutes ago there when he made a tremendous run through the heart of their defence.
Zock playing it through to Sama, but it's cut out by McCall, and he's clearly held there. But the chance is down for McCoy's to Topples, but the offside flag had gone up against the striker. Well, the referee, in fairness, allowed advantage, but McCoist then went into an offside position. It could easily have been a free kick because Stefan Fround was holding the Rangers player's jersey just before that, but McCoist then ran into an offside position. Played across now to Gascoigne. Miller starts the run, it's played shorter to Ferguson. This is Stephen Wright. It's Jury. Miller, back to Goff. Wright again. Bricks to Charlie Miller. Gascoigne. McCall races ahead of him. Here he is, Cleland's on the outside. It's Alec Cleland. Again, Dortmund deal with that one comfortably. It's Martin Kree getting it away. Well, Gascoigne gets a free kick. He was held just a moment ago, and the referee spotted it. A little knock to the face as well. He's not happy. It's Gascoigne again. Good play by Gascoigne. Jury! And Jury again. Well, Stefan Klos denied the Rangers striker, but great play by Gascoigne. Running out of defence, showing nice close control.
This was absolutely fantastic ability from Gascoigne. Great awareness. That ball inside there was fantastic. Opened the defence right up, and Gordon was exceptionally unlucky there. Goalkeeper's made an excellent save. But this is the sort of thing that we need. I think Paul Gascoigne already in the second half has showed the appetite is there, and he's determined to do well. And he just needs a little bit of luck there. And as I say, his ability there was first class.
Well, Rangers showing a lot of fighting spirit. But here come Dortmund. That's a good ball through. Ricken plays it early. Well, that was a superb challenge by Gordon Petric on Herrlich, the goal scorer. Still Rangers trail by 1-0.
Great stuff there from Gordon Petric. That was a goal-saving tackle there, without a doubt.
So as play goes on, Dortmund waiting to make a change. This is still off the field, but here come Rangers. McCoyson there. It's Kohler rushing out of defence to try and make a challenge. It's Stephen Wright who does well. And there'll be trouble here for Lars Ricken, who took the Rangers player right out of the game. The yellow card is shown to Ricken. Meanwhile, Stephen Wright is being helped back to his feet, and Dortmund want to make this change. Cesar, who had come back onto the field there, is now leaving. As we watch Stephen Wright being taken right out of the play.
So we've been doing a lot better since half-time, which is without doubt the best period of the game for us.
So Bodo Schmidt has come on, and it's Gascoigne with the free kick. And that was Goff coming in on the far side, and Rangers have the corner. So Herrlich back doing some defending there, and Richard Goff putting pressure on the Dortmund defence. So Rangers have the corner kick. Gordon Petric is lurking just in the edge of the area. It's Gascoigne who delivers it. Again, Dortmund get it away. This is Cleland. Stephen Wright tries to pick out Ferguson, but it's Dortmund on the break now, and it could be an effective one. It's Ricken. Herrlich's in the middle, goes beyond him. Andreas Müller comes in at the far side, but Stuart McCall's there to mop up. Plays it out to Gascoigne with 55 minutes played. Still Rangers trail by a goal to nil, but they're playing with a lot of pride and passion here. It's Miller playing it through to McCoist. This is Ian Ferguson. The goalkeeper comes rushing from his line and smothers that one. Well, the crowd are enjoying this now. Rangers still have it all to do. And of course it's an important night also for Dortmund, who lost their opening game at home. It's Muller playing it to his goalkeeper. This is Herrlich with Goff. Sammer returns it. It's Petric. Cross to Stephen Wright. Gascoigne. Jury's wide right. This is McCall. Stephen Wright. Jury's still out there on the right touchline. There he is now. McCall. Goff to Petric. McCall again, getting through a power of work. Charlie Miller calls for it just ahead of him. McCall wants too much time on the ball. He's dispossessed by Herrlich. Yeah, in comes Petric. So Sammer getting it away. Here he is again. Nice little touch by him. This is Herrlich. Running onto the pass there from Point.
The tempo of the game has really gone up 10%, I think, and that's mainly due to us. We're getting a lot more possession on the ball. And it's all positive stuff, and it's quite encouraging.
So Stuart McCall, who's been missing because of injury, getting through a lot of work. Free kick is taken across to Sammer. So McCoy's coming back to do some good work. Now the ball breaks to Jury. Ian Ferguson starts a run. It's matched by Jurgen Kohler. The Rangers have the throw. Quickly taken by Jury to Wright. Switch of play to Petric. McCall's there. So is Cleland. Played to McCall. Through now for McCoist. Nice little touch for McCall. Good play by Rangers. And they have the corner. That was excellent play by Stuart McCall and Ellie McCoist. And Goff and Petric now move forward. But McCall giving his all there. McCoist. So the ball drifts away.
Lovely stuff here from Ali, and he made a good position to receive the ball in the first place. Nice and bright, back heel into Stuart McCall's path. Thought Stuart might have actually crossed the ball there to Ian Ferguson running on the front post, but chose to shoot, which you can obviously do from that position. And the keeper made a good save. As I said before, it's a lot more positive this half than the first half, and we just need that little bit of a break in front of goal. And if we get one, I'm sure we can get another, so just need to keep battling away.
Well, there's no doubt Stefan Klos has been the busier keeper, and he's been forced into a couple of saves, one from Jury and one from McCall in the second half. But still, Borussia Dortmund lead by 1-0. Herrlich the scorer, 18 minutes into the game. This is Jury for Rangers. Played off by Miller. This is Goff. So they've got to keep the ball on the deck, Rangers. Putting themselves under unnecessary pressure. But still they have possession. It's Gascoigne. Goff. Jury's wide. Goff's kept a run going. And Ali McCoist was in there like a shot, hoping for something to break off the goalkeeper. But Richard Goff, like Stuart McCall, putting everything into this match.
It's a nice ball in there from Gordon Jury, and you can see Richard steaming onto that one. Didn't quite get full contact with his head, but again, that's good play, and it's we are creating opportunities, and we just need, as I say, one of those two to end up in the back of the net, and this game's wide open again.
But here's that man Herrlich with an hour of the game gone. But Petric sticks well to the task. The ball goes out though for the throw to Borussia Dortmund. Gordon Petric has made some timely interceptions tonight, and he's got a difficult opponent there in Heiko Herrlich. Reiter. Flint, who's well forward. Allen stays with him. So forward moves Michael Zock into the area. The ball's aimed in his direction. Goff gets a touch for Rangers though. This is McCall. And putting Cleland under pressure. But he saved the corner. Throw into Dortmund. The Rangers have also got to keep things tight at the back. They can't afford to lose another one here. And it's Frank with the long throw. Zorc gets a touch. And it's away by Stephen Wright, not too convincingly. Muller tries to thread it through, but it's picked up now by Charlie Miller, who's got a bit of work to do here. He did well. Now it's Goff. Through for Ian Ferguson. Miller runs just ahead of him. Good play that by Ian Ferguson. Running by Charlie Miller. And the ball runs just behind Ali McCoist. And it's out for the throw to Rangers. But Charlie Miller did well there, and Ian Ferguson spotted the run. Sent the ball through to him. Here come Rangers again. It's Gascoigne. Tumbles to the ground and he gets the free kick. I must say the referee has tried to let this game flow as much as possible tonight. And just the one yellow card so far for Ricken. So perhaps a chance for Rangers here. Goff's well forward again. And it's there! Rangers have scored! 63 minutes gone, and Richard Goff is delighted. There's jubilation among the Rangers fans, and Richard Goff, leading by example, puts Rangers back into this game and back into this championship.
That's a tremendous header. Great ball in from Gascoigne. Richard's been determined, timed his jump nicely, and guided the ball really into the back of the net. And the game's wide open now. We've created a lot of chances, and I think we've just got what we've deserved there.
Well, Rangers have their pride back tonight, there's no doubt about that. After some stumbling performances, they've really got the bit between their teeth. They've battled back into this game. It's Rangers 1, Borussia Dortmund 1. But they're still up against deadly opponents, and they'll have to be extremely careful. Well, that's some cool play by Gordon Petric.
Exactly what we needed there. I thought we were putting a lot of effort into the game, and we really needed something to show for that, and we got just what we needed. And as I say, there's everything to play for, plenty of time left in the game, and as long as we keep it tight at the back and be aware of the qualities of the German side, then we've got everything to go at.
Well, there's been a lot of anger, frustration building up in Rangers in recent months, and tonight they're battling hard and they're giving the supporters something to shout about at last in European terms. This is a team that's brought 7 or 8 players back from the Italian league. A lot of big names out there, but Rangers giving a fine account of themselves, and here's the captain again. McCoy sleeves it, hoping to find Jury. In comes Stephen Wright, and he certainly had a good game tonight after a few quiet performances. Charlie Miller, who's working hard. Well, Dortmund showing signs of pressure. This is front. Rangers just have to keep it calm at the back, as this team can break very effectively, and they've got a great habit of scoring late goals, and they've come back in game after game in recent seasons. They won the championship in the very last game of last season, and they come back from 2-3 down the other night against Eintracht to win 4-3, but it's Rangers pushing forward again. It's Stephen Wright. This is Jury. Good ball from him to Petric. Now it's Gascoigne. Cleland starts a run on the left-hand side. Gascoigne trying to find a way through, but just too many Dortmund players around him, and now the break's on for them. It's Andreas Möller. Ehrlich's in the middle. Ricken's arriving. It's Martin Kreh. This is Zock. Möller. Sammer. Reuter.
The Germans are just trying to take the sting out of the thing at the moment, and the next 5 minutes are very crucial to both teams. I think if we can, Rangers can keep up this tempo, keep it going, it's all in our favour. But obviously, Dortmund rather will try to slow things down and get some composure back into the game, which they have missed for the last 10 minutes.
Well, they've got themselves a corner kick. Happier faces now among the Rangers supporters. There's the substitute, Bodo Schmidt, former Bayern Munich player who replaced Cesar. That's Möller with the corner. Comes off the head of Gascoigne. Goff climbs high for it. It's Ali McCoy's to hooks it away. Then McCoy's charges forward to try and pressure the defender. Here's Gascoigne. Cross now to Stephen Wright from Alec Cleland. Through for Charlie Miller. Jury's on the right hand side. Goff's pushing forward again. Gascoigne. McCall. Cleland's wide. McCoy's in the middle. Ferguson goes on the run. This is Goff. Well, the offside flag goes up, and the referee spots the linesman's signal. And a free kick to Dortmund.
That was a good decision. It was a tight one, but obviously Charlie Miller had straight offside, and I couldn't argue with that decision.
There's Andreas Möller now. Ehrlich's in the middle again, and it's Goff who makes a challenge. It's another corner to Borussia Dortmund, so they are starting to push out again in this second half. Andreas Möller sending the ball through, and Goff.
Great challenger from Richard Goff. He's really doing the business in both goal mouths, if you like. He's up and down, and I've been impressed the way that he's getting involved in the play in midfield as well tonight.
It's Möller who delivers it. It's another goal, and it's Martin Kreh. Well, just getting in there at the near post, not picked up. And with 69 minutes gone, it's Rangers 1, Borussia Dortmund 2.
That was criminal, really, to give a goal away so easy as that. He's got oceans of space there and just picked his spot.
So the ball played in, and it was Ian Ferguson who went with him, but couldn't pick up Martin Craig. And that's a bad goal for Rangers to lose, and so quickly after getting the equaliser. And that's a free kick against Gordon Jury. So the game's swinging the other way now. But this is the kind of team Dortmund are. They made that point just a few minutes ago. And they just keep pushing out, and in the last 3 games they've been involved in, they've won 6-3, 3-0 and 4-3. The victims being Stuttgart, Bayer Rudingen and Eintracht Frankfurt. At the moment, Rangers are the victims. But here they come again through Charlie Miller. So that's 70 minutes gone. Rangers 1, Borussia Dortmund 2. And the yellow cards coming out. Gordon Jury making the challenge. So it's 2 bookings tonight. Ricken of Dortmund and Jury of Rangers. As Ottmar Hitzfeld, the Dortmund manager, who will be a happier man now. I didn't see much of him out there in the first half, but just before Rangers equalised, he was looking rather worried. But now his team are in the lead again. And that's a free kick against Ian Ferguson. So it's the turn of the German fans to celebrate again. This is Gascoigne for Rangers. Playing it through, looking for Ferguson. It's cleared by Schmidt. This is Samar, who's had an outstanding match. Now it's Zock. Come Rangers through Gascoigne. Charlie Miller's made a bit of space for himself. It's played through towards Alec Cleland. Off the post. And away by Freund.
Last twice the woodworkers have denied Rangers there, and great work from Gascoigne. Super run there from Alex Cleland. Got into a fantastic position. Did everything right, just the wrong side of the post.
This is Stephen Wright. Jury's in support. It's Petric. Lofting it through, looking for McCoist. Stuart McCall's happy to accept the corner kick, which he takes quickly in towards Gascoigne. And it's there for Rangers. It's Ian Ferguson. 73 minutes and Ian Ferguson equalises for Rangers. Rangers 2, Borussia Dortmund 2.
It really is all happening now. Good work there from Stuart McCall, because he took that corner kick very, very quickly, picked out Paul Gascoigne at the front post. Paul turned and got his shot in, but I think it's saved by the goalkeeper's feet here. Well, he got his hand to it, in fact, and Ian's done tremendously well there to clear both the goalkeeper and the defender. 2-2.
Well, the crowd on fire here at Ibrox Stadium.
That was the perfect response for Rangers there, to get back into it straight away, and now not to give Dortmund the breather that they just received with their goal. So it's going to be an interesting last period of the game.
Well, Stuart McCall is claiming that Frank took a dive, and Alec McLeish pointed out earlier this week that Dortmund indulged in this type of thing at Fir Park last season and tried to get something out of the referee. McCall was immediately claiming there that he made no contact, but the referee immediately awarded the free kick, which is taken. Again, players are not picked up here. And it was Lars Ricken who got the first touch, and Michael Zott was also threatening. So it's Gorham now launching the high one forward. McCoy's very much on his own again. This is Reuter. Muller. Giving it away to Gascoigne. But that's out for the throw. And Rangers are going to make another change here. Ian Durrant, who's a real European pedigree, about to come on to replace Gordon Durie.
Good performance, I think, from Gordon Durie there. He's playing out of position tonight, and he's done a very good job there and created problems down the right-hand side for Dortmund. So Ian Durrant, I think, will just take his position, a straight swap.
And of course, Ian Durrant scored that marvellous goal against Marseille in France 3 years ago in the Champions League. This is Gascoigne pushing forward. He's challenged though by Matthias Sammer. Through now for Herrlich. So 75 minutes showing on the clock here at Ibrox Stadium. It's Rangers 2, Borussia Dortmund 2. This is Andreas Müller. Jürgen Kohler. Out to Stefan Reuter. Played in by Sammer. And Gorham has to come running from his line. Stefan Flint come in. And here's Ian Durrant now for Rangers. Through to Gascoigne. Just overheading that one as he tried to pick out Durrant again. This is one of the Dortmund scorers, Martin Craig, sending the ball back to his keeper. So the official attendance here tonight, 33,209, 33209. Certainly making plenty of noise, but that's one of Rangers' lowest crowds in years. When you imagine they get around 45,000 for Premier Division games, but the ticket prices have been criticised by the supporters. But the ones that are here are enjoying this. It's Stephen Wright providing the cross. It breaks away out to Alec Cleland, who hit the post just a few moments ago, but he just overhits that one.
Bit optimistic there from Alex Cleland, but at least he's getting up there and supporting the play well. Richard Goff again did well earlier in the move there, and making it possible for Stephen Wright to get that cross in.
So Otmar Hitzfeld, the German coach just below us, looking a little anxious again, urging on his men. There's Martin Cray sending the ball through. Petric climbs for it. This is Ferguson to Miller. Stephen Wright starts a run. It goes to Miller. Goff's well forward again. It's played to McCall. Stuart McCall trying the drive, and the goalkeeper makes another good save. It's Durrant pushing forward. Now it breaks away to Wright. It's Charlie Miller. Goff's calling for it on the far side. It's played to Stephen Wright. Through now for Gascoigne. Nice little turn by him. It goes behind, and it's a goal kick, indicates the referee. And Gascoigne looks out angrily towards the linesman.
Stuart picked the ball up in a nice position there, had the confidence to go for the shot. The goalkeeper wasn't too confident in his own handling ability there, so he decided to punch it away to safety.
So now the ball's away at the other end. It's Petric under pressure from Muller. And Petric spots Ian Durrant. That's good play by the defender. Through now for McCoist. He's tackled by Jürgen Kohler. Cross comes Martin Cray. This is Sammer, who's dropped a lot deeper in this second half. And he almost gives that one away to Charlie Miller. But the goalkeeper responds. So McCall's header. Gascoigne tries to get forward. Breaks away to Durrant. It's Gascoigne again. being a bit over elaborate there. It breaks away to Lars Ricken. Well, Ricken topples to the ground. Meanwhile, Dortmund want to make another change. And it's Patrick Berger who's coming on, a player the sign from Slavia Prague. And it's Ricken who toppled to the ground there, who's going off, the young player. So Patrick Berger, who cost £750,000 from Slavia Prague. He's an international player with the Czech Republic. Highly rated player. This is Sammer, looking for Herrlich. Goff goes with him. And that's Dortmund's throw, which is quickly taken. So there's 10 minutes left here at Ibrox Stadium, plus stoppage time, and that's a free kick to Dortmund. And the referee telling the player to get up. Martin Craig. Well, he's back on his feet all right. Meanwhile, Matthias Sammer has moved into the area. Rangers don't get it away properly, and they almost let the substitute in. But here's the Rangers sub, Ian Durant, breaking away. Berger chases them all the way. This is Stephen Wright. Across to McCall. Now it's Petric. This is Goff. Cross now for Durant. And that's Dortmund's ball. Just under 9 minutes left. 2 goals apiece here at Ibrox. Herrlich giving Dortmund the lead. Goff equalising in the second half, then Cray put Dortmund ahead again, only for Ferguson to equalise, Ian Ferguson. So that's Reuter playing it through. Now it's Zock. So Durant having to do some defending against Frank.
That was good backtracking there by Ian Durant. Zock made a good run there, and he was threatening the Rangers' defence. Ian got back very well indeed. I think Paul Gascoigne's actually feeling the pace a little bit now. He's changed position with Ian Ferguson. Ian's moved back into midfield, and Paul's now taking a position up front.
This is Andreas Müller going in a very determined run here, and it's Petric who blocks him. Petric does well again. He's had an excellent second half.
Yeah, he's done very well. He's tidied up a lot of difficult situations for Rangers, and he's been very comfortable on the ball too.
Here come Dortmund again. It's Berger. And a wicked shot there from the Dortmund substitute. And then they got him, kept a close eye on it. The ball dipping just in front of him. Now it's Goff pushing out for Rangers. Leaving it to Durant. Goff keeps a run going. The ball's given away. Frank playing it through. This is Zock. Sammer starting to break out again. It's Petric who nips him just ahead of Herrlich. Now it's Durant. There are just under 7 minutes left as Gascoigne picks up the play. Now it's Ferguson. Stephen Wright gets a bit of space here. Plays it off for Goff. It's Wright again. Charlie Miller calls for it. It's played into Durant though. Forward for Stephen Wright. He's got a lot to do here. But the ball had gone out of play. And the whistle goes. So Dortmund want to make another change. There you see Stephen Wright going forward, but it was always asking a lot of him. So that change will be made now, and it's René Tretschok who's coming on to replace Andreas Müller. Well, the fact that Muller's going off won't displease Rangers, because he's always liable to snatch something from the edge of the box. But Fletchock is more of an attacking midfielder. He may just sit in a little bit tight. So Goff's header. So just about 6 minutes left. 2 goals apiece here at Ibrox Stadium in this UEFA Champions League match. So Stephen Wright's header. As neither side can afford a mistake now, because both went into this match without a single point between them. Dortmund having lost to Juventus in Germany on the opening night, and Rangers having lost in Bucharest. There are 5 minutes left. Rangers 2, Borussia Dortmund 2. Rangers in possession. It's played wide to Stephen Wright.
Some tired legs out there now. It's been a great effort by Rangers to get back into this game, and then obviously they gave the goal away again to go 2-1 down, and it took more effort to get back into the game on the second time. So the last 5 minutes are going to be a struggle, but I still believe there might just be a goal left in this game, hopefully for the home team.
This is McCall. McCoy starts a run. It's played wide to Alec Cleland. And tries to get away from Reuter, who matches him all the way. Concedes the throw-in. That was played through towards McCall, but asking quite a bit of him. There are 4 minutes left. It's a free kick against Ian Ferguson. So Ferguson going in, making the challenge, but quite frankly, Stefan Freund making a bit of a meal of that. This is Samar launching a high one. And Durant goes for it, but loses out. This is Petric. Oh, what a turnaround it would be if Rangers could snatch this one. It's been a long battle, a real slog for them all night. Twice coming back into this match. Just under 3 minutes left. This is Fletchock, the substitute. It's a good ball stabbed through, but McCall comes across to provide the cover. And it's Durant, McCoist. And Rangers have the free kick. Oh, what a fairy tale it would be if it was Ali McCoist who wrapped it up tonight, looking for his first Champions League goal and a European record to boot. But that one from Goff just finding its way through to Gascoigne. This is Ferguson. It's Cleland again. But no real problem for the goalkeeper on that occasion. He was unlucky earlier when his shot struck the post. This is Ian Ferguson, and the offside flag goes up. Well, as McCoist moved there, the defenders just stepped out, and the flag went up against him immediately. So a couple of minutes left according to the stadium clock.
So we seem to be heading for a 2-2 draw at the moment, a result which probably is not the end of the world for both sides. You know, there's a lot of points to play for yet in the league. You say there's 12 points after this to play for, and it's nice really to say that we're going to get a point at least on the board. I mean, if we'd have been beaten tonight, you know, confidence would have really been down.
Well, the referee is awarding the decision Dortmund's way. I can't emphasise enough, this team have an awful habit of scoring last-minute goals, injury-time goals. Dortmund. There's exactly a minute left. This is Gascoigne for Rangers, but free kicks against him. He'll have to be careful. He has a booking against his name already from the match in Bucharest, and another one would put him out of the match in Turin against Juventus. The referee has shown a fair bit of patience. So Ferguson challenging. It's through now to McCall. McCoy starts a run. It's played to Gascoigne. McCall pushes forward. Still it's Gascoigne. He's surrounded by Dortmund players. He does well to get out of that. This is Cleland. Rangers are pushing just about everyone forward. Goff's up there again. It's headed away by Zock. It's Gascoigne. Durant challenges for the ball. It breaks away to Sammer. Rangers have got to be careful of the break here as we move into stoppage time. This is Sammer. That ball's out of play. It's Rangers' throw. Into stoppage time as Petric plays it across. Picked up by Ferguson. Goff's pushed right to the edge of the area again. Played out towards McCall though. Little touch by Durant. Cleland. Durant again. Cleland starts a run. Dortmund defend well. And you'll have to watch the break here. And the free kick goes against Rangers, and Richard Goff is not happy.
I was disappointed there. We needed the ball in the box. You know, we are into extra time now, and Ian tried to thread the ball through there to Alex Cleland, which didn't quite come off. The ball really was to get it straight into the box because Richard Goff had stayed forward, and possibly that was going to be our last effort of the game.
So it's a minute of stoppage time played. There goes the final whistle. Richard Goff wants to complain towards the referee, and he's complaining that he's blown so early. Still the debate goes on, but the referee waves him away. So a night of some drama here. Dortmund taking the lead after 18 minutes through Herrlich. Goff got the equaliser, then Cray put Dortmund ahead again. Ferguson got the equaliser. The full-time score here at Ibrox Stadium is Rangers 2, Borussia Dortmund 2.